Well, all good things must come to an end, and Tuesday night that would ring true for the Ole Miss men's basketball team. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Nicole Menner. The Rebels' 10-game win streak would finally be snapped as they lost their first game as a ranked team to LSU. The Tigers are now one of the 3 unbeaten teams in SEC play, using the second half to surge by the Rebels 83-69. It was a tough night beyond the arc for Ole Miss, just 8 of 28, and at the free throw line where they were 9 of 17. And keep in mind that Ole Miss entered this game leading the SEC in free throw shooting and were second in field goal percentage. Coach Kermit Davis spoke about what else went wrong after the loss.
You know, the game was won at half. We had no ball movement offensively. Didn't trust offense in the first half. Just the ball just never really got off the ground. It didn't seem like we're dribbling for shots. You know, we couldn't do anything. 11, Bigsby Williams just dominated the game around the rim. We couldn't get anything off at the rim most of the time. And then Waters was just terrific. He played like, you know, the best point guard in the SEC and one of the best in college basketball. He just dominated the game from a defensive standpoint. So give LSU credit. I thought our guys continued to try. One of those games, we got to let it go, have a short memory, get ready for Arkansas.
And they have a few more days to get ready. The Rebs will host the Razorbacks Saturday at noon. It was a thrilling win for MSU last night against the Gators as Quinndary Weatherspoon's late-game heroics lifted MSU to a 71-68 win. Weatherspoon tallied 5 of his 9 points during the last minute and a half, with the game-winning driving layup coming in the final 9 seconds. That was the 3rd game in SEC play that came down to the final minute, which is expected playing in a league like the SEC.
Yeah, I think when you look at our league, 1 through 14 teams in the league, that there is nothing like this anywhere else in the country right now. There is not an off day. It is just an incredibly difficult, situation every night you play because everybody's talented, everybody's well coached. There's an incredible amount of talent in this league. Great venues everywhere you play. So it's just incredibly, hard going through this gauntlet of the SEC.
For the New Orleans Saints, they have either 1 or 2 games left this season. But for tight end Ben Watson, he has either 1 or 2 games left in his career. Watson announced his decision to retire back in December, and as he gears up for what hopefully isn't his last game on Sunday, he opened up about how he's keeping his emotions in check.
That got kind of nervous giggle is kind of how I felt the entire game the other day. Because it's exciting. It's definitely exciting. It's nerve-wracking at the same time. I swear I was, for the last 2 weeks before this game, I was anxious, definitely, and during the game, starting off the way we did, not really executing the way we wanted to, was scary at times. But these games are going to be like that. They're going to be, games you have to fight for the entire time. And so right now the focus is definitely just on today correcting, personally correcting, and making sure we're all ready to go for another big game this week.
And in some college football news, Alabama quarterback Jalen Hurts has committed to play his senior season at the University of Oklahoma. Hurts announcing his decision Wednesday via a story on the Players Tribune. Hurts entered the transfer portal last week and made visits over the weekend to Maryland, Miami, and Oklahoma. As a graduate transfer, Hurts is eligible to play immediately. He went 26-2 as a starting quarterback at Bama before he was benched and replaced with Tua this season. And of course, we don't need to remind you of the success that Oklahoma has had with transfer quarterbacks in the past. Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, both going on to win the Heisman and leading the team into the college football playoff. Hurts will look to do that again next season. And who knows, it could end up against Alabama.
Hurts is good.
Very good.
He's good. If you're Alabama, it's good to have too many quarterbacks.
And we'll see if he can thrive in Oklahoma's system.
Yeah, they'll design it.
They'll
around.
design it around him.
Yeah.